Hey, welcome back. So, big question. I'm kind of curious how many pounds of sugar might have been consumed since the last time we were together. So, how was lesson 3? How were the treat memories? Did you make some? Did you go test some out? Maybe hit a restaurant up just for a dessert? Take somebody out for a treat? Lots of fun things. Hopefully, you had a lot of good memories, a lot of memories in the kitchen. I think we all create a lot of memories in the kitchen, but I hope it was fun. And I hope you were able to share it in a way, maybe physically as well, and that you did get to taste some yummy things and have a lot of good fun with that one. So today we're going to talk about a sports memory. And yes, I put my Nike on so I could feel very sporty. But I wanted just to have you sit back and think about sports and what kind of a role it plays in your memories. If you have kids, it's possible it could be a big huge chunk of time that you spend going to events as they're playing soccer and softball and baseball and basketball, volleyball. My girls played competitive volleyball, and we have a lot of incredibly fun memories about the trips that we went on, the practices, so many things they learned, and discipline and just teamwork and building friendships from those activities. So there's so many great lessons to be learned in sports, but there's also a lot of fun to be had, and not all of them are competitive, and not all the time are we participating. So when I grew up, I went to a bowling league every Saturday. I bowled, and that probably doesn't happen much anymore. This is kind of one of those just odd little tidbits, but I went to college with a bowling scholarship. So I can tell you a lot of stories about bowling, whether it was as a kid or in college, and just the activities that surrounded that and the fun that we had. And again, just that team building. Although you bowled for your own score sometimes, my mom and I bowled together in tournaments, mother-daughter tournaments, won a great big trophy once. And that was fun. And then also, as I said, I bowled in college with the team. So team happens everywhere, and there's just so many good things that you can learn from that. But if you didn't participate necessarily all the time in sports, you may have some memories of just gathering together as a family. Probably in most areas, there might be a kind of a collegiate rival and things that will go on there. We definitely have it here. And we have a couple of schools that are always the big rivals. Those kind of big games create a lot of parties and a lot of interaction amongst neighbors and friends and family as you're cheering on your favorite team. So maybe you've got some stories that'll take you back to them. When my daughter was little, one of her friend's dads used to teach her how to put they would go into sporting goods stores, and he would say, okay, we don't want this team's stuff to sell. So he would teach her how to move like shirts and jerseys and different things of his favorite team in front of the merchandise for the other team. So they'd run around the store and just fix it all up so only his favorite team showed. It was one of those funny stories that I still laugh about today. I think it's really cute. And she had a great time doing it. At some point, you could get in trouble for that, right? But never happened. They had a lot of fun. They're still a big supporter of their team. So you might have that rivalry, and you might have it within your family. You probably have some stories there. Maybe it's the Olympics. I don't know about you, but I love going into the Olympic bubble. And so every 4 years when you have a summer, and then the other opposite, so I guess it's every 2 years, we're having either a Summer Olympics or a Winter Olympics. And it's so much fun to just kind of gather around and watch all these people who have just dedicated so much of their lives to this sport. The stories that are so uplifting, and it's just one of those times when you don't hear a lot of the other noise that goes around. Like I said, I kind of feel like it's a bubble, and I enjoy those couple of weeks. So maybe you do that as a family. And do you have a favorite Olympic sport, or maybe an athlete that you like to watch? And you get to watch so many different kinds. How about curling? I actually have a friend who curled when she lived in Minnesota, and she has taught me about that. And my girls have gone out with their friends, because we did host the Olympics here in my hometown in 2002. And my girls have gone out and learned how to curl in locations here. So something new to try. And it's just fun. And maybe you hate sports. I mean, it is possible. And if you do, maybe you still like to watch maybe the Super Bowl because of the great food. So maybe you throw a great party around a sporting event, even if you don't watch the football game. Or you just the fact that you're all together and you can watch the commercials or the halftime. Maybe that's your best and favorite part of the whole thing. But think about what you do. Is there a sporting event or a game of some sort that you can play together as a family? So if you're thinking about doing one of these memories at a family reunion or something like that, this might be a good one, because not only could you talk about some of the different sports that all of your relatives have done, or maybe, like I said, if it's a big rivalry, you could all come dressed in your favorite colors, or maybe you can set up a softball game or kickball or something that you guys can do together to kind of have a fun family activity on top of that. So what else would I suggest? Maybe try something new. Maybe get together with your friends or family and try a sport or an activity that you've never done. So I don't know if this really falls into sports, but a few months ago we went axe throwing. Who would have ever thought axe throwing would be a big deal? But we did it, and it was something physical, and we were together as a family, and it was fun, and we laughed. That's the whole purpose. So think about what your memory might be. Share maybe some videos, share a story, share something you learned about the discipline, share something you did with a team. Maybe write a coach. Send a note to a coach and thank them for the things that they taught you and for all the time they spent. Or maybe your dad who drove you to hockey practice time after time after time. There's a lot of ways that you can use these memories and a lot of things that you can do to thank people who participated in them with you. So have a good time. Go out and do something. And I know it's kind of funny as I'm thinking about this. I'm saying go out and exercise. And funny that it would come after we just probably ate a lot of treats. But enjoy it. Have fun. Think about those sports memories no matter which way you have them. And enjoy it. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.